Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is for the week ahead. Capricorn, how are you? Welcome to the weekend as I drop these, but please know that whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate at that time. So I'm here with an assortment of oracles. We're going to start with that. We're going to get some energy, the overall energy for the week next week. You know that I'm always reading for the week ahead if you've been here before, and welcome if you have not been here before, by the way. And if you have been here before, my ride or dies, thanks for coming back. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended if you're interested in that. And we're going to talk a little bit about private readings. Let's find out what's going on in the week ahead for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Okay. There it is. We've got fellow travelers. Support is all around you. So it feels like there is something that you're going to be attempting this week that possibly you thought that you would have to do on your own, but I feel like you're going to feel the support of others, possibly the support of spirit, right? Maybe it's not people. We've got a peacock here. Oh, very interesting. Somebody here is about to embark on this road on their own. Well, you know what's really interesting is that he's sort of got this cloak on that kind of is this it's like the same markings as the peacock here. So I feel like this person is like, just simply by putting that on, they're like already telling their destiny. I feel like this person is after whatever is at the end of the rainbow. So it does feel like you will meet many people along the way who I feel are going to see you as somebody who is very flamboyant or bright or somebody they can't ignore, I'm going to say. It feels like your fellow travelers are going to support you, but it's only because like there's nothing that they can do to ignore your presence is what it looks like. So we've got patience and planning here, card number 7. I think you're supposed to stand sturdy. Make sure that you have a really good plan before you head out on your path, whatever that is for you. It could be a work thing, could be a love thing, whatever it is, but it feels like that you need to make the decisions or you have to do the planning. And I mean, I don't got to tell a Capricorn how to plan. I mean, Capricorn, you're the CEO, right? You're the CEO of astrology. So you know how to plan. But I think that patience is part of this. I think your patience and planning is going to pay off if you plan before you head out on the path. What else do we have here? We've got co-create with spirit. Okay, so there's a very clear message there that in your planning, please do that with spirit, which means, you know, please do make sure that you are meditating or manifesting or making your plan with whatever your intuitive energies are. So listen to the self. And when we say co-create with spirit, spirit's in within all of us. I feel like co-creation is something that we're all doing when we're listening to our intuition. We do have card number 17, which is the Star and Tarot. So this looks like a very healing energy that the universe wants to heal you while you're out on this path that you've been planning for a while. We've got a couple of 7s here, by the way. So it could be something that is very lucrative, I'm going to say. 7s are about the jackpot, right? We've got stress, cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments, because I feel like you're about to go on some sort of mission, on some sort of a unplanned path, but understand that I think that you're going to plan, right? You're going to plan along the way, but it feels like this is something like you didn't expect everything to take this turn is what it feels like. You didn't expect to go and have this path show up for you here, but there's a rainbow there, so you can't ignore it. We have valiant courage, take action with passion. So you're being asked to actually get out on that path. And even though it might be a little fearful, right? We've got trapped in fear, but it does feel like you're asked to be brave in the face of fear. We also have you see clearly now. Well, there is our third 7, 43, 777 person. Whoever you are, you've just hit the jackpot. I feel like this is leading you to a place of like really great things, because we've got what's at the end of the rainbow, pot of gold, right? I feel like you're hitting the jackpot here as long as you can find a way to coordinate or co-create with spirit in terms of your planning. So I'm going to say don't be so brazen as to think that you have all the right answers until you check with your intuition. The owl spirit says you see clearly now. Yep. There's something here that you're seeing clearly now. We have time spent alone, reflection on the past, current situations. So it says retreat. So you might need to retreat before you make the decision that you're going to make to get out on the path and do whatever it is that you've been wanting to do for a while. Tell me more about Capricorn, please. Let's look at the tarot. Tell me more about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn. We've got the King of Pentacles. Support is all around you. Freaking love tarot, Capricorn. Look, the king is the one who is supportive, the one who's going to make sure that you have everything that you need, the one who is solid and grounded, moves really slow, and is quite strategic with their material wealth. And I think it just is beautiful here that you are going to have the financial or material support or the stability or security that you need in order to move forward on this path. Tell me about patience and planning. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So it feels like as we move into the week here, that there's going to be a lot of juggling. It feels like you are going to have to be patient because you're trying to plan getting out somewhere. Look, you could be going to the cabin, or maybe you're trying to get out on a trip, or it feels like you're at the beginning of something here. And I feel like you have everything in place to do that, but it feels like things start to speed up. You know, it's like a little bit of a balancing act that you're going to have to do partway through the week here. Co-creating with spirit, there's devil. So this devil energy, I feel, is going to be healed because this is card number 17. You know what it is I feel like you're breaking formation. We're looking at a bird, and I feel like, you know, crows always fly in murders, right? Their pack is called a murder. And it feels like you are breaking formation or flying away from the pack is what it feels like, because you've decided that you're going to fly with spirit instead of being with the pack. So this might be you're breaking away from work. It's something that you're doing obsessively. So it might be your work day or whatever it is that is your work, eat, sleep, your Groundhog Day is what it feels like. And I think that you've been doing it so long that it's time for you to break away from the pack. Tell me about stress. It's time to cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. And notice it doesn't say cleanse or detoxify, your body. Like, it's not telling you to go on a diet. It's telling you that you need to stop committing to so many things and doing so many things for other people. Because Capricorn, that's who you are. You dote. You make sure that everybody has what they need. But the universe is saying, let somebody take care of you. Let me take care of you for a minute. We've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Cups would do that, right? Is the doter, the one who's loving and kind and compassionate and is taking care of everybody. And I feel like it's causing stress. And stress could be a killer. Absolutely. Let's talk about support is all around you, because I feel like you do have the support of family, friends, workmates, whatever it is. It feels like fellow travelers. So it could be workmates or people that have been through the same things you've been through. Could be family. We've got two kids here standing with the king. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Chariot in the reverse. Page of Pentacles is in the reverse, and we've got the Five of Cups. So it does feel like you're making a move. So for some of you, this could be a permanent move. You could be moving houses or moving communities or moving across the state or across the country, across the province possibly. But it feels like there is, I want to say that there are people in your life. We're always going to come across the how can I say, we're always going to come across the difference in people. There's going to be people in your life who are going to offer you help no matter what. They're always going to say, look, I'm there. Just call me. I'm going to be there for you. And then there's going to be people who are not. I feel like the people who are not are people who are jealous of whatever it is that you're about to come across, whatever it is you're about to accomplish. Maybe you're going to Hawaii. Maybe you're going to, maybe you are leaving Hawaii and going to Canada. It feels like it's a really big trip. And it feels like you've been planning it for a really long time, but I don't think everybody's happy for you because it is something that they want and they can't have. And so I feel like the ones who are jealous or the ones who have envy or the ones who are turning a blind eye with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm not helping you. I'm not the one you can rely on. And the Chariot is here in the reverse. It feels like somebody is like, no, I'm not giving you the money, or I'm not lending you the money, or it feels like something is stuck, that we're not moving forward. And I feel like it's because of the Five of Cups. So I don't feel like this is going to hamper your ability to be able to go out on the path, because I think there's going to be other fellow travelers that are in the King of Pentacles energy, which is your energy, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. I feel like there are going to be people who think that if they put up roadblocks, that you are not going to bust right through the roadblock. And so I feel like there's people in your life who just don't want to see you do the things that they can't do or they can't have. And so they might be the people who are like, no, I don't have time. I can't help you. I can't drive you to the airport. I'm not doing that for you. So you might have a little bit of frustration finding fellow travelers and people who are supportive around you. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Star, which I was saying is card number 17 here. And we also have the Ace of Cups. And so it does feel like here with the Two of Pentacles that by the time you do finish the planning in your patience, you are going to be exhausted. It feels like what you need to let go of thought patterns, things that are hurting the mind, or people who have betrayed you. I feel like you need to let go of that and heal it. The heart, the Ace of Cups is here at the center of the heart. I feel like this planning and patience is like, be patient with people as you do your planning. I think you're planning something that is wish fulfillment or gives you heart space energy or opens the heart space. And I feel like some people are going to feel like you're betraying them because you're taking care of business with the Two of Pentacles, juggling a lot of things throughout the week, and you're not calling them or not paying attention to them. I feel like what you're engaged in is planning and purposefully planning with patience to go out on this path that you're going on here. It does really feel like it is something that you've wanted to do for a while. Look, maybe you're just taking a week off work, but it feels like somebody here is doing something that they've wanted to do for a while. And so co-create with spirit, and that means listen to spirit, because that's where the healing is. I think that whatever you're doing, you see as amazing. Like whatever you're doing is your heart's desire, because we did see a 7, and then we have a 7 and the 17. It feels like whatever you're doing, it's like, wow, I can't wait to get out there. But there are going to be people who are not as happy for you as you are happy for you. So co-create with spirit, because you can get all caught up in some sort of roundabout here where you are obsessively planning, or that there are people who are codependent on you who are saying, why aren't you paying attention to me? When you're trying to be patient and do the planning, it feels like the devil energy is the doubt that creeps in. Maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I've got too much things to tend to. I feel like you just need to heal that, because this energy of the devil is not what you need at this time. And I said heal that, and Temperance came out. So I feel like Temperance is tempering people. I'm going to say people with the situation that you're in. So if you're a person who wants to go on that trip and your whole week is just going to be full of preparation to go on that trip, and you're not going to be able to tend to everyone else's bullshit, then I think that Temperance is telling me that you're going back and forth and trying to find the most comfortable spot in order to not allow codependency or allow yourself to spiral out of control. I think that you need to listen to your intuition and do what it is that you feel like you have to do in order to keep stable energy here. The Three of Pentacles is your energy, right? That's Capricorn energy. And then we have the Four of Wands. I think it's going to be family members mostly that are going to be unhappy with you, because you're going to be very caught up in building the foundation that you need. Like, so what I mean by that is you got to make sure that the lights are paid because you'll be away for a month, or you got to make sure that, the car insurance is paid. And I feel like those, your patience and planning, you're building the foundation. I've got to make sure when I leave all of these things, I've got the gardener coming, I've got the person who's coming to check the mail, the person who's coming to check on the pets. I feel like you're doing a lot of things and you've got a lot of things in the air. And I feel like people are on the peripheral, like family members or people that you would usually service or usually dote on, and they're sort of saying, well, what about me? You're not paying attention to me. I feel like this cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments is you saying, look, I can't do anything for you this week. My docket is clear because I need to plan these last few moments before I valiantly go out on the path. Tell me about the Queen of Cups here. See, they're used to you being in this energy, dropping what you're doing and helping, being compassionate, being kind, making sure that they have what they need. But at this point, you just need to detoxify, man. And you just need to get yourself out of unnecessary commitments. So you don't have to fight your way through the week. Like we have the 9 of Wands here and the Ace of Wands, which is 10, telling me to tell you to drop all of these stressful things that have been on your plate here. The 7 of Pentacles in the reverse says, I can't wait anymore. I can't push any more things back. I've just got to go ahead and do it. All right, so let's look at what we're going to talk about in the extended. So in the extended, if you want to go there, please look at the top of the comments. There's one pinned comment. It has all the information you need about how to find the extended. And so let's talk about these 3 cards, and then we will talk a little bit more about the extended. We've got the 5 of Swords, we've got the 8 of Swords, and we've got the 3 of Wands. So you're trying to get out into the future. You're trying to expand your knowledge, expand your life. You're trying to get out there, and it could be a trip, or it could be that you're moving, whatever it is. It feels like whatever is going on in the future, it feels like this is what you're dealing with over the week. You're dealing with the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. You're dealing with other people who are complaining because they don't have your attention, because you're not doting on them, because you're not taking care of them. The 8 of Swords is here. It does make you feel a kind of way, but you know that the time is coming. Like it might be in the next 3 weeks that you got to get out of here, get out of Dodge, and you really just have to plan. You need to plan really well. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk all about this. We're going to talk about this and what you should do if you are the one who's going off and you are trapped in fear about all the things that could go wrong when you're gone. There's something here that's coming into clarity. You see clearly now. And so I feel like there is something that is coming into view that is going to help you retreat from the people who need you the most in order for you to accomplish everything that you need to accomplish by the time you leave. So if you want to go to the extended, please go to the top of the comments. You'll see all the pinned comment has all these links in it. One is to purchase this extended outright if you want to do that. Another is to go to the membership area if you'd like to see all the extendeds that I post there. And then we have a third link, which is a link to Hypsee if you want to go there and check out my pricing for extended reads. Sorry, not extended reads. If you want to check out my pricing for private reads, whether they are pre-recorded or live. I am doing live readings. Please check my schedule. You could also if you book ahead for a live reading, then that will you will get a discount just for booking ahead of time. Okay, look, we've got the 9 of Cups. This is what's going on at the end of the week. I feel like at the end of the week we've got 9 of Cups, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the 8 of Wands. And so things are going to start to pick up really quickly, and you're going to start to see that some people are going to help you. They're going to start begging for your time, for your attention. And as you're trying to get to your planned spot, or as you're getting closer and closer, I feel people are going to start begging for your time and your attention. You're going to have to make a decision that as things are moving quickly to go with the wish fulfillment. I think this is a little bit of a test, if I'm being honest, because I think that people know that you're the Queen of Cups and that you are the person who always takes care of everybody. And I think the universe is asking you to clear your docket, get everything off the docket, retreat, do it, and then go ahead and do something for you for a change. I'll see you in the extended if you'd like to be there. And if not, well, I'll be back because I'm always back. You take care, Capricorn. Thanks. Bye-bye.